Alright guys, I'm here installing a new windshield from Specialty Marine on my classic Outrage 18. This windshield will go on various different consoles, but here I've got mine. I've already got holes from my console, existing holes from where the previous windshield was. So this installation would be for, in the instructions, this video would be for if you have existing holes on your console, the process to install this windshield. The windshield comes with a drill bit, the right size drill bit for drilling into this plastic acrylic windshield, as well as all the mounting hardware. So what I've done in my situation, I already have my new rod holders and my cushions and everything mounted on the front of my console. And so my windshield is actually just sitting down here in the front, resting right on top of this wood trim pieces that holds up the fishing rod holders. And the sides, what I've done is I've taped them up. So I'm gonna grab the camera and show you what I've done there. All right, so as you see here, I've got this windshield. I've got the blue acrylic windshield, but I've got it resting just right on top of this wood trim on the front. That is about the right height. They say, you know, 1.5 to 2 inches down from the top of your console. I do not have, I had originally the black vinyl sticker that went all the way across. I refinished my console, so that's no longer there. But if you see here, the existing holes that are there, putting it right on top of this trim, I wouldn't want to go much higher to make sure you leave enough space at the bottom of this windshield so you're not drilling too close to the edge. So what I've done, I've got that set. That looks good in the front. And then on the sides, you can either use a helper, or what I've done is I've just taken some painter's tape. I've measured the height that I want it to be so that it's consistent around the side. And I've just got some painter's tape here on each side, on that side, and over here. So now I've got my height, and then I just took some sort of Sharpie, some sort of marker, and I've marked, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. I think so. So I've got a black dot here. Obviously from this angle, this circle looks, this dot looks like it's in the wrong spot. But you want to mark exactly where your existing holes are. So I've gone around, just drawn a circle, a little black dot in each of all my existing holes to mark it. So now I'm going to take this windshield off, and we're going to go down and we're going to drill out those holes, and I'll show you how that process works. Guys, we've got the windshield back off the boat. This is the bit that comes with the kit. You know, so it says it's a bit made for plastic, 3/16 size, which is the correct size that comes with the hardware. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, load it up into our drill. And a couple things to note when you're drilling this. If you've noticed on here, I've just got my windshield turned upside down. I can still see where all my marks are for the windows, and I've got a piece of wood underneath it. So you want to have this plexiglass supported. If it's just open, you could easily crack and splinter it. So you want a piece of wood directly underneath where you're drilling, so they have nice good support on the back side of that plastic acrylic so you don't crack it. The other thing you want to do is you want to drill at a slow speed, not really fast. So slow speed, and don't push too hard. Just take your time, just kind of let the weight of the drill go through it, and depending on how heavy your drill is, maybe even back off a little bit. We're just going to drill right there where we made our mark. Nice, slow, even pressure. Make sure you line it up. I've got my other hand here, not that I'm pushing down hard, but just to kind of help keep it stable, help make sure this bit doesn't walk around, and keep it nice and straight up and down. The other thing you can do is we'll put some water on it. We don't want this to get too hot and to melt. Even just that little bit I've done, I've started to make a nice hole there. I'm gonna get some water, and so we don't make that get too hot. All right, I'm back. Got a little squirt bottle of water. Put a little water on there. Let's keep drilling. digging out good. It's just one long giant piece there. We're almost through. All right, we're through, all the way through the wood. Flip it over. Yeah, we've got a nice clean hole. I don't know if you can even see that on the camera. Right here, nice clean hole all the way through. No cracks. Let me go get that call from Mom, might be important. All right, I'm back. After we've drilled this first hole, I'm gonna go ahead and drill the second one. But I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see that process a little better. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. Yep, you can see that black dot there in the middle. Put a little water on it. Actually, sometimes when you put the water on it, it makes it hard to see exactly. The water kind of distorts your dot. So I'm going to actually get this started right on top. Make sure I get the hole in the right spot. And then I'll put some water on it. All right, let's see here. All right, got that started. Put a little water in there. There we go. So nothing crazy fast. Just a nice slow to medium speed. It's okay if it takes a little while. You see all those nice pieces coming out, just kind of one long continuous thread there. Take your time. You don't want to crack this. Check. Clear that out. Put some more water in there. All right, felt it go through. There we go. There we have it. Yep, nice clean on both sides. And that looks great. Go ahead and shift down. Do this last one here on the front. Let's see. Get this camera. Here it is. Get this started. All right, put a little water on there. That one's done. So we're looking real good. All right, I'm gonna turn mine over on the side. And we marked, zoom back out here for a second. One thing I didn't mention was, we marked all of our dots on the outside when we held it up to the console. Well, you can drill from the outside if you want, but sometimes that's difficult putting that on a table with these pieces sticking down. So I'm actually drilling from the inside, which is fine. Just gotta make sure you get all the holes lined up in the right spot. Since your mark's on the bottom side, if you look at it from an angle, that could impact your hole. So if you're doing it this way, make sure that you line up your drill bit just right, looking down from the top of your drill to make sure you have that drill bit in the right spot. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and fast forward through this as we finish drilling the rest of these holes. As you can tell, just take your time, go slowly, use some water. You don't want to get in a hurry. You want those holes to be nice and clean and crisp. All right, very good. That looks fantastic. All right, so there we have it. We've got our 3 holes across the front and 2 holes on each side drilled. I'm gonna wipe this down and then we'll go back up on the boat and put the hardware in. All right, we're back on the boat. We've got our windshield. We've got all the holes drilled to match our existing holes. I'm going to set this up here. So we're going to feed the bolts through. It's helpful if you got a helper to be on the inside. Yeah, there's my helper down there sticking his arm out. Helpful also to have a little helper. The nuts and bolts that come with it, this is the order. Let's see if you can see this. So I can hold this here. So you're gonna put a metal washer on first, then you're gonna put a rubber washer, then you're gonna put the windshield, stick it through the windshield, and then you're gonna put a rubber washer. Let's see here. And then you're gonna stick it through the console and then the metal washer. So really the 2 rubber washers go on each side of your window so that it doesn't get scratched or damaged. And then you've got a metal washer on each side. Now, the holes in my console were the existing holes. They're a little bit on the large side, not sure why. The original grommets were kind of large. And so while the washer that comes with it, I think would work, it's almost the same size as the hole, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and put, on the inside, I've got another pack of stainless steel washers that are a little bit bigger, depending on what size the holes are on your console. So I'm gonna put another washer, 2 metal washers on the inside. First the big one, then the smaller one. And that'll hopefully so they don't pull through anything in the fiberglass. So a little bit tricky to get everything lined up here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start I'm going to start with the front. I'll start here in the middle. So once again, you've got your bolt, then a metal washer, then your rubber washer. You're going to stick that through. All right, so I'm screwing this in. And then what I'm going to do, because this screw actually is holding as well as it is, because it's just barely snug, I think what would work really well, take all the screws and just start them in all the holes. Just screw them in just a little bit. It's not going to come out because it's nice and tight. And then that rubber washer you can slide on the back and it'll stay as well. Now you can preload everything. You're not having to stick your hand up in here behind. So let me do that. All right, so now we've got our windshield here. And all of these screws, get them in. You have to screw it a little bit. It shouldn't be too tight. If it's a little snug, that's fine. Some of them pop through better than others. All right, so now that we've got that, let me just show you what that looks like. So all of them, you see here, you see how the screw is just sticking out a little bit on the back side of the window. That's enough that I can go ahead and put the rubber washer on each of these screws. And it should, the rubber washers have enough resistance to where they should stay. And if it doesn't go on as easy, you can just kind of treat the washer as a screw and kind of twist it on there. That actually works really well. These washers are tight. The rubber ones are tight. So instead of trying to push it on there and get frustrated with it not going on there, just treat it like a nut and just twist it on there. All right. And then if you've got more screws sticking out than you need, you can back it out just enough for that way when you put it on. So here's what we got. We've got the rubber washer. It's tight enough, it just stays on there real nice. So most of the screw is not in. Got the rubber washer on the back. See how we got a rubber washer on each side of the windshield. So then that's going to go through the hole, and inside we'll put a washer and then your lock nut. All right, so I'll set this in here. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm actually going to start on this, well, let's do the one in the middle. Push that through. It may not push through with those rubber washers. You may have to actually use your screwdriver. Slide the camera over so you can see. So use your screwdriver. I wouldn't use a mechanical screwdriver, electric screwdriver. I would do this by hand. So that's right there. And then on the inside, I'll have my helper, but is that one not going to be long enough? All right. I've got a piece of wood in the middle here on the inside of my console, so that might not be long enough. I might need to get a longer screw, we'll see. But all the others are fine. So I'm going to go ahead and let's twist over to this one. Go and push this one in. On the inside, I've got my metal washer and then the nut. All right, go ahead, Silas. And when we get it, we'll snug it side, but it won't be a ton. You got a lot more left to go on there? Huh?
Yeah.
Is that snug?
It's touching.
All right, good. let's do this one over here on this side.
Which one? Which one?
Yeah, this one right here. Let's see. All right, so then we'll just tell you what, we'll actually come back, get this height right. All right, here you go. And I can give you these. Can you go put that in front of you? So you got a big washer, then a little washer, then the nut. If you have a little helper that actually can fit in the console, makes your life easier. Up here, this one up here. Got, let's do this one right here. Let me get you a drill that will do that. Here, hold on, I'll get you a drill bit. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I set the clutch low. So okay. All right, did you already put the one on here? Yep. All right, let me look at that. All right, go ahead. That does make your life a little easier, huh? All right. Go to the other side. Here, let's see if we put the camera this side. There we go. That might be a better angle. All right. You want to do we'll do these two sides over here. Let's see. I have no idea how I would do this if I didn't have a helper on the inside. All right, let me know when you're ready, Si. Do the one closest, all the way around to the right the most.
For me?
Yeah, from you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, then just do the one next to it on the left.
Ready?
Yep. All right, let's see. And we got this one here on the front. All right, whenever you're ready, sir.
You ready?
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, there we have it. We got our windshield installed. Other than that last bolt in the middle, in the front, I need to go find a longer bolt. No fault to the bolts, but I have extra wood on the inside of my console, so I need a little bit longer bolt. But other than that, everything else went no flaws, no issues, and that looks so much better than the old crazed, cracked one that I had. So very happy with this purchase and looking forward to getting this back on the water. Thanks, guys. See ya.